right. How's it going, fight fans? This is my post-fight analysis for the Pacquiao versus Bradley 2 fight. I've given it some serious thought and done a little bit of research, and it's been about 2 days since the fight happened, and my opinion hasn't changed since the first night when I saw the fight. I've watched the fight 5 times, okay? And I don't want people to get upset when I say this because I'm telling you the truth here. I bet on Bradley to win that fight, but towards the end of the fight, I was rooting for Pacquiao. Like, I wanted him to win. You know, I mean, Pacquiao's a good dude, and he was clearly the better fighter. I don't know what was up with Bradley. He fought way better the first time. I noticed his leg injury the round after it happened, but that just goes to show, the knockout will come. If it's meant to come, it'll come. Bradley forced it, and he lost the fight. Now, from Manny Pacquiao's future and what I saw, honestly, man, don't put Pacquiao in the ring with anybody who has any punching power, any sort of above average skill, and that can counterpunch, because Pacquiao, watch the Pacquiao versus Marquez fights 3 and 4, and then watch Bradley versus Pacquiao fight 1. After you've watched those 3 fights, watch this Pacquiao fight, Bradley versus Pacquiao 2. He's not the same. His hand speed is gone significantly down, and his movement, man, Pacquiao, he's a kind of a jittery fighter, he's moving constantly in and out, just his feints way down, head movement almost, compared to what it was to now, it's not. And his hand speed, man, his hand speed is drastically declined. All I'm saying is, if you really, really care about Pacquiao and, don't want him to get hurt, if he fights Marquez again, he's going to get hurt. If he fights Mayweather, he's going to get hurt. And, seriously, Pacquiao relied on speed and power. All I saw when he was punching Bradley, or when he was fighting Bradley, is arm punches. I think he's a little hesitant to get in the pocket and trade. He kind of did that towards the end, but that's just because, that's the fighter in him, Pacquiao's always been just a great, entertaining fighter to watch, but he's not a skilled boxer. Being a skilled boxer, once your legs go, your hand speed goes, your timing's not as great anymore, you could still fall back on the fundamentals. You can still fall back on skill and ride that for maybe a year or 2. Pacquiao's never been a skilled fighter. Look at the fights with him and Marquez. He never corrected anything. And it showed in the 4th fight. Watch HBO face off on before their 4th fight. And Max Kellerman points out, when a lefty and a righty fight, how they fight for foot position. And watch Pacquiao's answer. He stutters and, doesn't really know. He gets through the question, but you fought a guy 3 times, you know what the counter is and what you're going to be doing footwork-wise. Pacquiao's never been an intelligent fighter. When he goes to Roach's corner, he's not the type of fighter that knows what he has to do next or knows what's going wrong, that can make adjustments on his own. He has to be told. And, most fighters do have to be told, but he's not in that elite core of guys that just have it. He relied on athleticism, speed, and power. Okay? And he's an excellent athlete and an excellent fighter. But skill-wise, he's not a very good boxer. And he's lost a lot of his power. Watch the arm punches. He's throwing uppercuts from distance and he's not committing. There's no legs being thrown. His quickness is declined. And all I'm saying is, Manny's done. Like, don't put him in the ring with somebody that can counterpunch and that has a little bit of speed and, God forbid, power, man, because he's not the same fighter anymore. Watch the fights that I mentioned and then make a comment. Because I know people get real attached emotionally to fighters and, you know, like, I'm a Mayweather fan. I'm a Mayweather fan because I'm a fan of boxing. The art of hitting and not being hit. You know, people hate on Mayweather, this and that, that's fine. You know, like, he chose his career the way he did. But get in a boxing gym. Learn how to throw punches correctly. Learn how to throw the counters. Learn footwork. Learn pivots. Learn inside pivots, outside pivots. You know, learn every single thing. Learn how to fight against the ropes. You know, learn how to fight backwards. Learn lateral movement. Just learn everything possible. And I know I'm leaving things out, but learn all those things and then be able to do those things against the biggest names in boxing and be effective. If you've been in a boxing gym, you can appreciate what Mayweather does in the ring. It's not always the most entertaining. It's not always what you want to see, but it's boxing. It is textbook, almost near flawless boxing. Okay? Those are skills that Pacquiao never really learned. I mean, he just got by on athleticism. And if Pacquiao would have chose any sport, he would have been excellent at it. He would have been a fucking good bobsledder if he wanted to. He's just a natural, God-gifted athlete. But I really don't want him to get in the ring with anybody that is in their prime or a very skilled fighter, man, because he's going to get hurt. Just watch those fights that I mentioned and then make a comment, you know, because he's not the same fighter, guys. He really isn't. And I hope he retires, man. Retire a champion. Seriously, retire a champion, because I guarantee you after this fight, Nacho Beristain is going to be all about fighting Pacquiao. That's like taking candy from a baby for Marquez for his last title, and then he goes down in history. You know, the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight is past its prime. It's 5 years too late. 5 years ago, it would have been very interesting. I still think Mayweather would have won, but it wouldn't have been easy, and it would have been interesting. Right now, come on, guys. You've seen Mayweather's last 3 performances. How have Manny's last 3 been? His speed's gone. I'm just saying, like, keep an open mind, watch those fights, and then leave a comment. All right.